We're just a few days away from the release of Horizon Forbidden West. I'm on the MetaCritic page for it. This is the PS5 version. It's also on the PS4. It's getting very good reviews so far, as expected. I imagine for most people, they're excited for it just in the sense of if it's the original game, but they just made a few of the things a little bit better, they'd be happy with it. It's an 89 right now. It may go up to a 90 or 91, depending on how many reviews, because some of the reviews are still in progress or they're coming in or whatever. And of course, you've got your reviews who have to point out the cultural appropriation from the first one. Here's one where this is from the gamer. Sony's done it again, but should it do something new? It's just Zero Dawn, but bigger, and for a lot of Horizon fans, that will be enough. Well, of course it will. I won't bother reading the whole thing. They speak pretty glowingly of it, other than it's just like the original, except better. And it's like, you're saying it like it's a fucking problem, you know? It's like, now of course they do complain about the cultural appropriation. There's no attempt to interrogate or explain a Native American appropriation either. You know, which is just stupid because it's like, mankind has suffered a great reset. So everything went back to the old days, quote unquote. So now in order to wear something, you have to scavenge it. You have to, you keep what you scavenge, you use what you scavenge. So it's like, of course they're going to go back to using animal skins and things of that nature. It's like you get these fucking morons, which this one actually really liked the game. I'll go down here. Hold on to your butts. Yeah, right here. One of the cons is it's too similar to Zero Dawn. Oh, that's such a horrible thing. It gets tangled in its own story. What's a video game? Most video game stories suck. Not always, but a lot of them do. Because they try to get too cutesy with it and shit. But I love the combat. It looks gorgeous. All the new machines bang. Here's one from Kotaku. Now, this guy writes a fucking novel about the thing. I mean, it's on and on and on. And of course, he's got to bring up the cultural appropriation. Specifically, they talk about how in the first one, they flagrantly tossed around phrases like braves and savages. They don't do it this time, though, because Gruel listened and has taken feedback. But then, of course, they got to complain about the whole white savior thing. And it's like, oh my god, dude. But then, like I said, this guy writes a novel. So let me go all the way down to here. It succeeded for many ways, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. I thoroughly enjoyed Horizon Forbidden West. And I suspect anyone who loves open world RPGs would thoroughly enjoy it as well. I can't shake how plainly Forbidden West misses the one philosophical through line that helped its predecessor ascend to greatness. Sometimes the question's more interesting than the answer. So you really liked it, but you had to put that little, complaining in there about the cultural appropriation. My feelings are hurt. Now this one is from Indie TV. Of course, I got it on archive because I ain't giving these fucking assholes the clicks. Right down here, yeah. The remaining humans have been pushed back to the Stone Age or something. They're now divided into a series of clans whose attire borrows from Native Americans, among others. But most of the people wearing them, including Aloy, look, and more importantly, sound like modern-day white people. That's not a good look. And everything, of course, now this one they only gave a 6 out of 10. There's the good, go on and on. Thorny cultural appropriation with the clothing. And it's like, man, shut the fuck up with that. Okay, that's your biggest complaint. Oops. Yeah, here it is. 6 out of 10. It's like, oh my god. Now, most of the other critics, as you can see, I'll go down a little bit. Hundreds, all, so on and such forth. Get that out of here. It's just ridiculous to me that you're complaining about cultural appropriation when, I mean, look, I get it from the point of, hey, as long as, you don't want the people coming out looking like that episode of Seinfeld where, Kramer had the cigar store Indian and everything. I get it. But it's like, you got people in like a pretty glowing review. That's one of the major things that they harp on. It's like, I know most people, they don't pay attention to critics because just critics have gotten too activist in the last, handful of years or decade or whatever you want to call it, with movies, TV shows, etc. They'll complain. They'll say, "Oh, this is a great thing," except for this one little fact that most people don't give a shit about, or and things of that nature. I won't go on too much further about this. I'll go ahead and wrap this up. I've already gone over 5 minutes, but it's just ridiculous that you got people complaining about this kind of stuff. I mean, it's also in the same review where they say, "Well, it's just like the first game, but better." As if that's a negative. It's like, what the hell's the matter with you? I mean, it's like they expect every single game to be a completely new IP. But then they'll bitch about, oh, well, they shouldn't have done this. It's just ludicrous. It's stupid. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here. Like I said, I expect the Metacritic score to possibly get up to 90 or something. So, they could take their little uh, cultural appropriation claims and jam them up their ass. For all most people are probably going to care about it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and have a good one.